for the Guernsey FC Originals. Starting in goal, number 1, Chris Tardy.
Welcome back to Guernsey
Number
Football
2, Angus
Football Club
Mackay.
Television, GFC
Number 3,
TV,
Ollie
and this
McKenzie.
special match here at Foots
Number
Lane
4, Sam Cochran.
between the Guernsey FC
Number 5,
Originals
Alex Leprevo.
and the Guernsey
Number
FC
6, Matt
Newbies.
Warren.
Out they are
7,
lining up,
Ian
the green strip for the Originals and the purple for
Number
the
9,
Newbies.
Dom
And my name is Simon
Number
Dullery.
10,
Next to me is
Ross
Ollie
Allen.
behind the camera.
Number
And
11,
the Guernsey
Gabriel.
stand in which we stand is pretty full. We got a fair few around the perimeter as well, and lots of anticipation for this special match here at Foots Lane without any of the usual stress about what might happen if we lose. So it's a very festive party atmosphere, very appropriate for this time of year. And I'll just take you through these starting lineups for these two teams. We'll start with the Originals, why not? And in goal, we've got Chris Tardif. In defence, Angus Mackay, Ollie McKenzie, Sam Cochran, who captains the team today, and Alex Leprevo. In midfield, Matt Warren, Glyn Dyer, and Ryan Zico Black. We've got Dom Yome wearing the number 9, and then Ross Allen and Dave Rehoy. And those of you who might have been here all those years ago may recognise that as the original lineup that took the field here at Foots Lane against Knapp Hill FC in the Combined Counties League, which was Guernsey FC's first ever competitive fixture. And then up against them today, the youngsters, the newbies, Josh Addison in goal. We've got Keanu Marsh, Tom Delamere, who's the captain of the side today, Jacob Falaise and Frank Tobin. In midfield, Tom Dodds, Charlton Govine, Liam Mahon and Finn Whitmore. And up front, Carlos Cagna and Louis Graham. Quite a lot of players on the benches today. You won't be surprised that lots of players wanting to get involved. In fact, I understand that at least 8 players didn't quite make it onto these benches because everyone is obviously quite keen to play in it. We've got Simon Gill, Matt Loring, Tom Strawbridge, Craig Young, Ben Coulter and Scott Bradford on the bench for the Originals. And an even larger bench for the newbies. We've got Tom Martin, Jordan Kelly, Glenn Letitia, Blair Howitt, Seb Smead, Steve Renouf, Harry Tuff, Ben Acey, Seb Vance and Ben Solway. So I dare say we'll see plenty of them coming on. I understand it might be rolling substitutes later on, so it will be fairly challenging when it comes to keeping track of who's on the field there. But that's my problem. Now the sun is shining. It's, as I say, a very festive atmosphere here at Foots Lane. And I think at least one person out there, I can guarantee, will be taking this assignment extremely seriously, will be Sam Cochran, the captain of the Originals, the man around whom Tony Vance built his team originally. And I'm just being joined now by Mick Leprevo. Mick, you're anticipating what today?
Hello, Simon. Oh, I think there's going to be quite a few goals in this game. I think the Originals are going to get tired, but I mean, you look on paper, Simon, the names they got in that team. I mean, one about, starting 2011, and fantastic footballers out there. There's a few people overweight now out there, but, they won't be doing a lot of running with the ball, but they know what to do with it.
Well, we've got an early ball out wide there. It's slightly overhit, and so that will be an early goal kick for Tardif. In the Guernsey goal, yeah, in the Guernsey goal. I'm going to have to get out of the habit of saying the Guernsey goal, aren't I? Pretty quick. The Originals goal. Yeah, it was immediately obvious on turning up today when I saw the 2 sets of players warming up, which were the Originals, without having to look too closely because they're carrying a few extra pounds, but they know what to do with the football.
Exactly right. I mean, they're not going to be running with the ball at all, but they know where to pass it, that's for sure. And it's going to be interesting, Simon, to see how they play, because they haven't played together, this team, for many, many years, but you never lose it.
And it must be a really special occasion for them to be able to rock up here all these years later and relive a bit of the glory while they still can.
Absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I'll tell you what, there's a lovely crowd here today as well to watch the game. Really is.
Yeah, and it's a good fun atmosphere. Now it's the newbies on the attack down the far side here. And I think that's Dodds lining up across into the centre, and that's well defended in the end by the Originals. Hoofed out by Tardif. Taken down on the chest there by Falaise. And here we have an attack by the Originals. That's Rioy that's broken down. Now, I have to say that I don't think I've ever commentated on any of these newbies before. That's how long it's been since I've been behind the microphone here. So
Yeah.
you'll have to forgive me if you might have to help me out with recognising some of these players.
Well, some of them, I don't know all of them either now, Simon, because we haven't played football for 8 months.
Oh, it's a nice build-up there from the Originals. Little 1-2 there between Ollie McKenzie and Ross Allen, but didn't quite have the pace to make that attack continue.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Ollie's not going to beat Frank Tobin for speed because he's young and very fit.
So newbies on the attack now. And, well, Cochrane getting well involved there. Couldn't quite clear the danger, though. And there's a really tame effort in the end that Tardif's able to gather in.
I was speaking to Chris Tardif in the tunnel just before I take my grandchildren down to Alex, and he had a few drinks last night because he said he felt a bit nervous, so he had a few drinks to calm his nerves, he said.
Well, hopefully that won't have taken him over the 14 units for the week. A lot of the players were in the Count 14 T-shirts earlier on, part of a campaign by the club to ensure that people keep track of how much they're putting away over the festive period. And another ball forward. Ross Allen's looking for when he's through here. Could be an early chance for the Originals. And he's gone around one player, but he can't quite get it in. It's cut off there at the last moment by Tom Delamere. Captaining the newbies today.
You don't see that very often, Simon. Ross Allen going around the goalie and not scoring. I mean, I know he's getting older a bit as well, but Ross hasn't been playing this year, and he's not injured either.
No, well, he'll probably be a bit disappointed, but the angle got narrowed quickly, didn't it? And it was pretty good defending by Delamere in the end. Oh, a little slip from Ryan Zico Black as he went to take that. But, well, it's another opportunity now for the Originals. It swings in and punched out by Addison. And Mackay is there to send it back in. Comes out to Dyer. And is not quite able to get any power behind that shot in the end.
Yeah, and the pitch there not too bad either, Simon, with all the rain we've had overnight. So we had a lot of rain, and it looks quite well.
It's looking better than my garden, that's for sure.
Yeah, mine.
That's one of the features of the history of Guernsey FC has been the state of this pitch. And it was an absolute quagmire for a few years, wasn't it, until they sorted out the drainage, and it's been pretty well behaved ever since.
It has. Since they put the drainage in, it's been absolutely superb.
Now, Yom, rather over-enthusiastic with that challenge, has given away a free kick. And we have another of what will surely be very, very many newbies attacks this afternoon. And in comes the cross. It's overhit in the end by Liam Mahon. We've got a fair few ball boys and ball girls out there.
Yeah, it's a lovely afternoon, because this morning I thought, oh no, having this rain, playing in this rain ain't going to be nice for the players, but it's turned out absolutely beautiful.
It has been well timed. Oh, nice cross there, but it's cut out by the Originals. Dyer with the ball out to Ross Allen. His characteristic turn, but he was fouled in the process, so the Originals get a free kick. Yeah, I don't think the atmosphere would have been quite as convivial if we'd been experiencing the driving horizontal rain that we had this morning.
That's for sure.
So the Originals seeing plenty of the ball. They know how to pass it around and keep it. And here we go for an attack from Dyer. Well, it's well defended in the end.
Yeah, we're keeping the ball well, and we're building up to their goal in slow motion.
So when you say we, your foot is firmly in the Originals camp there.
Oh, for sure. It's got to be enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lovely sliding tackle from Cochrane. Puts his chest out, and not to mention his belly, in pride at that effort there. And a round of applause rings around the ground. Why not? If he can keep up that for 90 minutes, I'll be very impressed.
I don't think they will somehow, Simon. I think there'll be a lot of changes at half-time.
No, that's fair enough. Well, actually, normally you look over to the bench to see who's warming up sort of in the second half, but they're all stood up already on the Originals bench. I think they're anticipating a fair few substitutions coming on and off and on again. So we got Falaise with the ball, sending that into the middle. That's a dangerous cross. Nobody connects with it in the end.
There was a very good ball in, but just overhit there.
So Leprevo on the ball, sends it forward for Domyome, trying to head it on. They're giving away a bit in height as well, the Originals, as if the fitness wasn't enough to contend with.
That's a bit strong, that, I think. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. You know, I expect the young Guernsey FC to win today, to be honest with you, Simon, because obviously they've got more legs than the older ones.
There's a bit of a hush around the ground now as Rory the Lion makes his way around, high-fiving the considerable crowd. Actually, it was just the Guernsey stand that was full around the time of kick-off. A fair few people have come in since, a few latecomers, and they're mainly behind Cardiff's goal. So Black on the ball now. And, well, Mackay's lost out there. And, yeah, Newby's on the attack once again. What can they do here? It's again cut out by Mackenzie that time.
That's the trouble when Charlton Govine, the number 7 here, gets the ball. I mean, he's so good. He's very young, a great footballer as well.
Oh, there he is with an early shot. But I think that would have hit the side netting if Cardiff hadn't gathered it in. It must be a strange thing for Tony Vance and Colin Falaise as well to be, you know, they're preparing players here, the Originals, to, you know, to come out and give of their best and for old time's sake and all the rest of it. But at the same time, they're really going to want, aren't they, the youngsters to go out and just prove how bright the future of this club is.
Well, that's
by
true.
Running rings around them.
Correct, because they won't want to lose this. The youngsters won't want to lose against the older boys.
No,
I'm
that's
going to
true enough. And well, here's Ross Allen, probably the most dangerous threat to them. Oh, that's a nice little shot there. Got it away with his left, and Josh Addison got down smartly to collect it. Well, that's his second opportunity already, just in these opening 10 minutes.
Don't be surprised if he scores today, Simon, because I think he will.
No, I think surprise and Ross Allen goals rarely go together. He's certainly made a regular habit of that over the very enjoyable 10 years we've spent watching this club.
Been brilliant, he has.
So Keanu Marsh, he's seen a lot of the ball already, trying to build another attack for the newbies. But it's snuffed out. And here we have Mackenzie again, sending the ball in to Dyer, but it's cut out. And Mahon puts it out to Kanya. Weighing up his options. Oh, lifts the ball nicely over the top there. Plenty back for the Originals. In fact, all but Ross Allen behind the ball. And it's Matt Warren who will try to bring this away. In the end, though, he can't find a green shirt.
Yeah, he was looking for somebody. He was looking for us to make the run, but obviously he hasn't got the legs at the moment to do that. So it's just keeping the ball, Simon, and passing it around to your teammates and let the ball do the work, because these boys ain't going to be able to run around.
Oh, it's a lovely ball through, but it's called offside on the far side. And Ross Allen, I don't think, realises he's put it away. And then he holds his head in his hands, disbelieving. But it was certainly a tight one. But
we need VAR to have a look at that one.
Yeah.
No, I think he was off.
It says something about the atmosphere of today's occasion that that was met with a few pantomime groans rather than shouts of abuse at the referee or any genuine anger. That's the sort of afternoon we've got ahead. And, well, a foul there. And you say these players are taking it pretty seriously. They don't want to be on the losing side today.
Oh, for sure.
There's some pretty stern challenges going in.
Yeah, they won't want to lose today.
This is probably the sort of situation that the Originals can look to exploit. Really, they've got a set piece and get players forward. Equally, I guess they don't want to get caught on the counter-attack.
Yeah, but they've got some good headers of the ball as well. Looks like Glenn Dyer's going to whip the ball in. He needs to get his foot under the ball, give the boys a chance. Oh, he's taking it short.
Sneaky one. It's Glenn Dyer now who lofted it in. And there is Leprevo's. Oh, that was very well worked. And Alex Leprevo knocked that back across goal, but it was just a little too high for Ross Allen.
Yeah, I reckon they worked that on the training ground, Simon.
Yeah, I think so.
Many years ago.
You might get a few of those dug up. I'm looking forward to seeing at least a couple where the players on the edge of the box dummy it for the one behind, and
yeah,
we've seen a few of those scores over the years.
But I would have thought the youngsters would have been switched on for that one, obviously, because they play for the same club.
Yeah. Well, whatever kind of goal we get in the end, there's probably going to be quite a lot of picking over it and bragging rights to be had, and analysis from the players afterwards. But it'll all be good, very good-natured. And Ross Allen now doing very well to muscle the ball away from the newbies. Gets fouled in the process, and so it'll be another chance for the Originals to attack. And as they set this up, we'd like to say from Guernsey FC TV a warm welcome to Roger LePage, the mainlander, who we understand is watching from his hospital bed this afternoon. So hello to you, Roger, and get well soon. I hope you're enjoying what you've seen so far into the 14th minute here at Foots Lane.
It looks like either Ross or Zico can have a go from here, but I personally think it's a bit far out for here.
Could pull a calf muscle or a quad trying it from there. No, it was Ross Allen giving it a go, but don't think it was worrying Josh Addison too much from that distance. Cochrane thundering a header back, but they've gone forward in numbers. Yeah, Ross Allen is, Dave Rio, I should say, is fouled in the attempt to control that.
I think this can get a bit feisty, you know, because I don't think either team want to lose this, you know.
No, I think you're right. But I think it will suit the Originals if there's a lot of these fouls going in, because it breaks up the play. If you get a lot of flowing football end to end, then it's only going to be the team in purple that are going to flourish from that.
Yeah. But in the Originals, there's so much experience out on that field. It's unbelievable.
Well, there's a fair few players there with well over 100 caps, and some with more than 200. So, yeah, experience for that, and before that even playing for Prio League. So, yeah, there's players out there. There can't be many more who've spent more time on a football pitch in Guernsey. Well, Ross Allen's through here. Oh, he's brought down surely, but he's still got it in. Well, I was fully expecting the whistle to go for a penalty there for the Originals. But Ross Allen decided he wasn't going to appeal for it. He was just going to stick the ball in the back of the net and end any argument. And it's the Originals who take the lead here at Foots Lane. It's the Originals 1, the Newbies 0.
And it would have been a penalty as well, Simon, because he did bring him down, but Ross managed to get back up on his feet and just knock it in the goal. I said to you, don't be surprised if he scores.
It was a very awkward one for the keeper because the ball over the top was high and bounced, and Ross Allen's calling to be substituted. He needs a rest. I think he'll want to come back on later.
Yeah, he won't want to go off yet, that's for sure. I think he's just having a bit of banter there.
Yeah. So now there's going to be renewed determination from the newbies, I would think, to get level, find the back of the net themselves and put their mark on this game. Certainly a popular goal scorer, there's no doubt about that.
Oh.
Big cheering up for Ross Allen there.
Best goal scorer in the Channel Islands, Simon, without a shadow of a doubt.
So what can the newbies do here? Attacking from their right, and there's a challenge there from Black that's not punished. Play on, says the ref. The attack continues. Comes back to Kanya, but it's nipped off his feet by Dave Rioy. Very well done by the old fella. He doesn't mind me saying that.
Yeah, but Dave's actually still playing football. He plays for Manza in the Premier League, so he's been keeping his fitness up.
Well, that's it. It's not as if they're all pipe and slippers just yet. Oh, it's a nice move here from the newbies, and the shot comes in. And I think I was blocked from the defender. I don't think that quite got through to Tardif.
Yeah, Alex put his body in the way there, and he's stuck his leg out. I think Chris would have saved it, obviously, but good block.
But, well, you never know, those situations could deflect anywhere, couldn't it? But they were thankful to see that get out. Well done, Leprevo. And it's still 1-0 to the Originals. It's another hefty tackle going in there, not punished. Oh, it is belatedly called a foul by the ref.
Well, we've been playing roughly around 20 minutes. Oh, no, or 40. Was it 15 minutes we've been playing?
Something like that, yeah.
And there's been quite a few tackles going in already.
Yeah, they're not leaving anything behind.
I'm sure that Tony Vance has got a bet with Frank Tobin as well on this game. I don't know how much, but I think Tony's gone for the Originals.
Well, I'm sure he wouldn't hold back in talking it up. He loves a war of words before a match. Now, there's a long ball out for Tardif to look after, and he does quite comfortably. Easier for him to deal with that than it was for Addison to deal with the ball over the top earlier. That really caught him out. He was stuck in no man's land, really, wasn't he? And Ross Allen just sniffs out those chances when they present themselves. Young with the flick on, nicely taken down by Allen.
I think
tries to lay it off.
I think the Originals were all looking forward to this game, Simon. They really were.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a special occasion. There's a shot there.
It's a special occasion because
impressive from Mahon.
Yeah, and all the players are getting back together for the first time for a very long time. And you know, I know that after the game they're going to go up to Pier Park and have a good chat to each other and a few drinks, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, for many of them, I guess they would have thought that their opportunities to turn out here at Foots Lane in front of a few hundred people in a game of football were just not going to crop up anymore. But here they are, not just enjoying the occasion, but actually ahead after about 20 minutes. So Addison weighing up his options, and he's finding Mahon in space, sending it forward. And can we see the newbies exploit a bit of space here? The ball comes in, oh, and it's knocked away by Leprevo again. That was a dangerous move from the newbies.
That's where they're going to get the better of us, is down the flanks, Simon, because they got so much pace, the kids, I mean, you know, against the oldies of ours, but they've got to put the ball in that.
Well, they'll have a chance now with this corner. They've certainly got numbers in the box. And it comes not very lofted. It could have done perhaps with being a bit higher. The shot came in, but it's hit the side netting, and the Originals' lead is intact. So 1-0 still to the Originals with just over 20 minutes played. And Tardif sends it straight out.
That's mistakes creeping in after 20 minutes.
So Kanya with the throw for the newbies. That's a long throw over to Dodds. Oh, it's nicely played in to the inside channel there. Ball in was cut out at the expense of a corner. You can see from the corner flag there just how windy it is here at Foots Lane. Not as much as it was this morning, but it's still windy.
I'm glad it's not as windy as this morning, because I went out in my back garden at 6 and it was blowing a hoolie.
Well, I was out running on the west coast this morning and it felt like somebody was firing a water pistol into my ear. It was absolutely coming in sideways. And Rory's out there getting the crowd going. He's a bit disappointed with that early effort.
I think he's going to have another go.
I expect nothing less. Rioy has it over on the far side, sends the ball inside to Dyer. Taken down very nicely. And Yome has it again out on the far side. Nice ball forward for Allen, but that'll surely be cut out. Although Allen's done well there. And
That looks a foul
he's
to me.
looking for a foul, but the decision is that that's a goal kick.
I thought Ross had got fouled there from behind, but the linesman's closer than us.
Very diplomatically put, Mick. And what can the newbies do here? They'll be impatient, I'm sure, to find something. Oh, Chris Tardif went to ground there to make it awkward. I think it worked, really. And finally, the effort comes in. Kanya now has it in the area. Cochrane having to be very careful with that challenge. The ball's a little high there, and Yome can bring it away. That was
Dom Young.
decent work from Finn Whitmore trying to create the challenge there.
See some of our passes in the around the 25 mark. I think some of our passes are going to start going this way, I think.
Well, you'd certainly expect so. Oh, Cochrane doing well to get in the way. In comes the ball from Kanya, and
foul.
Angus Mackay heads that out just before being clattered. That was a pretty hefty challenge.
It looks like we're going to make a substitution. I don't know if Tony's going to keep swapping them around and that. I don't know today. I would have thought maybe he'd bring some on and then take them off and bring some on later.
Yeah, you would think with just 24 minutes gone so far in this game that if they bring a player on, they're not going to want to commit to them having to stay till the 90th minute. They might want to have a break.
It's rolling subs, Simon, today, so
Yeah.
they can come on and come off.
So it looks like Allen's gone over to the bench, but no, is that number 6? I think it's Matt Warren.
Yeah, Matt Warren, yeah.
Heading off to a warm round of applause.
I'm just trying to... Oh, that's Ben Coulter coming on. I can
Right.
tell by the way he's running.
So Coulter on for Warren, and about halfway through this first half.
I'm surprised he
Originals
hasn't
leading.
come on with a drink in his hand, to be fair.
So newbies on the attack. Dodds trying to control it, but Black, I don't think Black intended to swipe him with his elbow quite so cleanly, but he went into his path and wasn't able to stop himself. And well, the Originals will get everyone back here for this one, apart from Ross Allen.
I'm surprised the Originals has lasted this long without conceding.
And the ball's swung in, and that's a wayward header in the end.
It's a corner.
Oh, I thought it had come off the attacker's head, but it must be the defenders, because we have another corner now for the newbies. What can they do with this one? So it's Liam Mahon over the ball. He's got more height on this one, and too much height in the end. It's just floated over everybody. And it looks
Is he
like
going
it's
to keep
gonna
that?
go out for a throw, is it?
He's used his
He's
hand.
just
That's handball.
Punch that away. It's a bit cheeky. Well, I think the ref is recognising the sort of occasion we have here, and he's not going to pull out a card for that. And the sun shines brightly now down on these Guernsey players. Originals against newbies, 1-0 to the Originals, just coming up to the half-hour mark. No substitutions yet for the newbies. They've got a pretty hefty looking bench over there. They're all squeezed on. They'll all be hoping to get a game at some point, I'm sure.
Oh, everybody will play for sure. And it's nice to see Guernsey referees ref in this game as well.
Who is the ref today? I didn't get that information.
George Jennings is the referee.
Ah, right. I think I've seen him in a boxing ring more often than on a football pitch, actually, over the years.
Correct. He does that as well. He doesn't actually fight, he's a referee.
Yes. So another attack now for the newbies. We've got Liam Mahon trying to send the ball forward. Ref says, get up, play on. Nothing doing. And, well, that's a slightly ambitious ball, a bit wayward for Ross Allen to chase from Dyer. I think Ross will need to pick and choose his runs that he makes. But he's going for it here, trying to
He's got it.
keep the defender honest, but no, he's fouled in the process. He's created the foul.
He's up for it today, Ross Allen.
Yeah,
He's everywhere at the moment.
So a bit of space now for the newbies to exploit. Well, they try, but it's not cleared over the head of Ollie McKenzie. Knocks it away. And Govine with a long diagonal ball over to the far side, but the chest control isn't quite there, and that's knocked away by Strawbridge. Kanya on the ball now for the newbies. Marsh on the ball. Tries to send a ball in, but it's not over the head of the defender, and too easy to clear, really.
Yeah, the originals seem to be getting deeper and deeper now, Simon.
Yeah, there's certainly no shortage of energy on their part, but you feel the pressure beginning to rise a little bit. But it's up to the newbies to break that down and work their way through them. Here's the captain, Delamere, now.
Yeah, but it's been nearly half an hour gone in this game, and the originals are doing really well.
Well, if you think of the actual clear-cut chances, really, if there was one chance you said should have been put away, it was the early Ross Allen chance. So it could easily be 2-0, really.
Yeah, he's off there.
So the newbies again attacking down this near side. That seems to be their preference so far.
Yeah, there's been a lot of play down this side.
And Kanya, who's been all over the pitch, sends this one in to the area. Mahon trying to evade the attentions of Ryan Zico Black. But it's the originals who come away with it again. But can they keep
see
it?
how they play the ball out from the back. That's experience, that, Simon, really is.
Yeah.
They know each other well. See, this is why they used to play 10 years ago. When they're all together.
Forward for Yomi, can't quite gather it in, but Rio's there, full of energy, sends the ball back in towards Allen, but it's cut out. And Mackay with a no-nonsense challenge for the ball there.
He wasn't holding back there.
No, absolutely not. I think I'm not sure who the newbie player was there, but he probably took the sensible option of pulling out the last second. That's another ball cut out as the newbies look to challenge, and it's Black forward to Rihoy. No, it's a wayward pass there. It's intended for McKenzie, but it's easily cut out. And now it's a foot race here, which you'd expect the newbie to win, even though it's against the fresh legs of Coulter. What a challenge from the captain Cochrane there.
He hasn't changed.
No, he's absolutely full-blooded.
Only in weight.
But his timing is impeccable. But back they come. It's never very long before there's another newbies attack, and it's Kanya on the ball now.
Well, it's obvious they're going to have more the ball, Simon.
Oh, it's a nicely lofted ball. Oh, there's a chance here. Oh, straight into Chris Tardif's hands. Well, that was the best chance that they've had so far, really. And Louis Graham, with the goal at his mercy, just a snapshot. He didn't have any time to think about it, but he ended up putting it straight into...
Anywhere else on the goal, and it's in, you know.
Indeed.
He just hit it straight at Chris Tardif.
A foot either side, as they say. But no, and Tardif would have been very relieved to have that smashed straight into his hands. And it's Mackay who's down there by the penalty spot, so he's getting a bit of attention.
Yeah, I think he's stretched his leg out to try and block that tackle, and maybe he's pulled something.
Yeah, it reminds me actually of that game. I can't remember who the opponents were, but do you remember the 4 games in 4 days?
Yes.
And
yes.
on the last day, they were stretching their legs out to try and intercept passes, and you could see the hamstrings just like restricting their movement. And but they still won.
Yeah, they actually got on Sky Sports, that, four games in 4 days, because people were complaining in England about playing too much football.
Yeah.
So they found out Guernsey FC played 4 games in 4 days.
Those were some of the most memorable times, I think, in the 10-year history of this
It
club.
was, because we actually got promoted that year as well. It was brilliant.
Well, the newbies are having a little bit of a conflab over there on the far side. A few words from, is it Steve Sharman looking after them today, isn't it?
Yes, Steve is looking after him, yeah.
And so there'll be bragging rights between him and Tony as well, and Colin, I imagine. Steve will be very keen to see this lead reversed.
It looks like Tom Strawbridge is coming on for Angus Mackay. Yes, it is.
Yeah, indeed, another.
It's slipping it right back.
Well, do you know, I've already had Strawbridge making a tackle earlier on, so I obviously misrecognised who it was over on the far side. Now he's involved. It must have been Mackay.
Yeah,
So
I think he's pulled something as he stretched there for the ball.
Yeah, that's his afternoon over, I should think, but he's put in a half-hour shift, a little over, and he leaves the field with his team ahead. So if they do lose, he can say that it's all down to that. So another attempt to get the ball forward for the Originals breaks down, and it's into the arms of Addison. He's got the sun in his eyes, clearly. And he's looking for options out there, and it's not a huge amount of movement. And it's forward now to Dodds. He's brought the ball out wide here then to Keanu Marsh. He's seeing plenty of it as well. Mahon forward. Nice little 1-2 there. But again, the Originals with everyone back. And is that a corner?
Yep.
Yes. Little deflection off Black.
Well, they're definitely holding out. Nearly 35 minutes played and we're still 1-0 up.
I think the majority of people who've come to watch this probably are now hoping that the Originals can hold on. A nice little header.
Well, you always want the underdog
Titus
to win,
collected.
Simon.
Now Alan has it again. What can he do here? Oh, is he impeded there? Well, he's getting the better of this. Surely it's defenders all over him, but he still managed to get past. And he's dragged the ball back, but it's well read by Delamere. He was straight out to gather that up.
He's still keeping himself fit, Ross. I mean, like I say, he's not injured, but I don't know why, but he's not playing for anybody this year, but this season so far.
Well, that's one of the hallmarks of Guernsey FC's 10 years in football is the commitment of the players. And I suppose after the amount of time he's had to commit to Guernsey FC, he's probably enjoying a little bit of a break at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's all the players that's been involved since it started, Simon, all the travelling as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's been immense and fair play to the players, you know, and their bosses and all that for giving them time off to go and represent your island.
That's another strong challenge, this time from Yome. And now here's a chance perhaps for the newbies. Well charged down by Cochrane again. That's Marsh forward. Oh, it's played into the middle of the area there, but easily cleared again. Still not really a clear-cut opportunity apart from that chance we saw straight into Tardif's gloves earlier from Graham. That's really been their only outstanding chance so far.
And by the looks of it, the Originals are really enjoying themselves out there.
So Dodds with the ball swinging in, but there's nobody there to collect that, and that's straight out for a Tardif goal.
And when you've got an experienced goalkeeper like, obviously, Chris Tardif, who's been a professional goalkeeper, I mean, you hear him, the information he gives at the back there, when we got the ball, he's absolutely superb, you know. His talking is very good. I mean, the younger goalies in Guernsey can take note of what Chris Tardif has done in his career and he's talking and, you know,
Absolutely.
as a goalkeeper.
Well, the applause you can hear is for another substitution, and it's Glyn Dyer who's gone off this time.
Yeah, but he's done better than I thought.
Yeah. And Matt Loring, number 14, is making his way over to the near side.
Because he was at my house yesterday and he said he'd mostly play about 20 minutes. So you've done better than that, Glenn. You've done nearly 40.
And he was pretty lively during those 40 minutes as well.
Yeah.
It was at the heart of a lot of what the Originals were doing there.
He was telling me yesterday that his groin's giving him a bit of pain, so now he's done well. He lasted 40 minutes.
And now with Loring on, that's a player who's, as with Rihoy, still plying his trade and still available for Guernsey FC. So
Yeah.
no worries about his fitness or his ability to put the minutes in. Although, of course, for all of them, it's unfamiliar territory for this shut-off season. And there's a chance here for the newbies. But, well, they weren't able to take advantage there. Finn Whitmore not quite able to get enough contact.
And Prev giving a bit of a shove in the back there. You've got to be a bit careful there. Right, to get out my way. That's my ball.
So Strawbridge under a bit of pressure, lays it off to Black, but the newbies reclaim the ball. Yomes getting involved and nicks the ball away from Dodds there. That was well done by the stalwart. And Loring on the ball now in quite a lot of space here. Sends it out wide to Yome. Well controlled. And Black over the top looking for the run from Rihoy.
He ain't going to keep that.
No, it's a little overhit.
I think Tony Evans and Colin Fallais will be quite pleased with the Originals, the way they've played this first half.
Well, if you think 10 years ago when they played that first game against Knapp Hill, this same lineup, a lot of them had already been, a lot of Prio League seasons behind them already, even at that stage. And they're already very experienced players. Here they are 10 years later, and they're, most of them, getting through to half-time.
Very good.
Oh, it's a strong challenge from Allen, but the referee decides to let play continue with the newbie still on the attack. And, well, this, surely looking for a penalty there, and it's given. Is it?
Bit of a dive, that one, Simon.
Okay. I thought the penalty had been given there for a moment. Well, he was certainly intending to go over. I think there was some contact. I think in the Premier League you might see that given, but Keanu Marsh
and when
is
it
not
happened,
in the Premier League and it's not been given.
Yeah, but when it happened, the first thing I did, Simon, was look at the linesman, and he was like that with his flag. He didn't know whether to put it up or keep it down. And it kind of went half up, and thought he said, I'll put it down.
So we're approaching half-time, and it's still the Originals in the lead, and they will be delighted to go in at half-time ahead. And I think at that point it'll be all about what can we do to protect this. And the newbies may grow to feel a little bit frustrated if they can't find the back of the net after the first few minutes of the second half.
Well, they're going to be annoyed because they obviously think they should be winning this game. But it's like I said, Simon, they're they're getting on in age, but they know exactly what to do with the football, They let the ball do the work, and their passing's been good, movement's been good.
But they're not quite into the half-time team talk just yet. And here's Marsh again on the attack. And Kanya sends the ball in. Now this is dangerous, and there is the equaliser for the newbies. That was a nice little ball over the top from Carlos Kanya. And the newbies will be delighted to have found the net there. It's Louis Graham with the goal.
By number 11, Louis Graham.
He had the chance earlier that went straight into Tardif's hands, and so he'll be particularly pleased to get his team level just before half-time.
Yeah, and Chris come out for that one. I think you misjudged that one, Simon, a little bit. It's gone over his head. Never mind.
So, as you were, 1-1. It was a nice finish there from Louis Graham. The ball came down at him pretty suddenly, and he made no mistake. Finds the back of the neck, and there was decent work down the flank as well from Keanu Marsh and Carlos Kanya.
Yeah, but I personally think the Originals will get another goal sometime during the game.
So Ryan Zico Black with this free kick for the Originals. It's nicely whipped in, but hoiked out of defence by the newbies, and Kanya has it once more. Oh, he was looking for the run from Whitmore, but couldn't quite get it to him. Oh, it's a nice little dribble from Black, and Loring can't collect the ball, and a bit of work for Leprevo to do. And he's kept a calm head there, sending it back to Tardif. Oh, Addison heading the ball out when he saw the run from Allen coming in from his right-hand side.
Yeah, if it had been one of our players picking it up in the around the halfway line there, he could have just hit it back in the goal, empty one.
Yeah, it's, even a run into midfield is stretching the legs a bit at this stage, I dare say. So here we have Mahon in the near side. Sends a quick ball in. Marsh can't quite control it before Cockers sends it out. Strawbridge being tested on the far side there. Louis Graham, the goal scorer, sends it in, but there's nobody there at all for that. And Dodds with the shot.
Well, they're definitely getting on top now, which is understandable as well.
Oh, Ross Allen doing his usual thing, and he gets a little clip on the ankles there that sends him over. I think there's a bit of frustration there.
Yeah, it was. Frank was a bit annoyed there that he'd lost the ball.
Yeah, well, not the first defender to be frustrated by Ross Allen running rings around him. And is there an opportunity here? Well, there's another substitution being made in the meantime, and it's the captain, Sam Cochrane, going off to a very warm cheer, as you can hear. The first player ever to be announced as a Guernsey FC player by Tony Vance all those years ago.
Yeah, and captain as well.
Indeed, he's passed the armband on to Dodd. And he'll be looking forward to getting involved, no doubt. And the tackles won't be any less committed with him on the pitch. That's a poor free kick there by Black, who's clearly caused a foul there. I mean, that ought to be a card.
Took one for
in
the
any
team,
other
as they say.
circumstances, that would be unquestionably a yellow card. But referee Jennings being very lenient with that one.
He definitely took one for the team there.
So here is the first touch for Dodd. And clears the ball out, immediately feels his hamstring.
We're just coming up to half time now in the 45th minute of this game.
Yeah, and honours even. I don't necessarily think that will be the pattern of the second half, but we shall see. They'll be fighting tooth and nail to keep what they've got here, the Originals. Marsh on the ball now. Sends it forward for Kanya. And that's quite a badly overhit ball by Charlton Govan there.
Yeah, that's not like him.
A bit of an opportunity. And the sun's gone in a bit here. It's still a very nice afternoon in which to be playing football. And several hundred, I don't know how many we've got here today so far, probably 600-700.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Enjoying this special occasion match between Guernsey FC Originals, who took the lead earlier, against the Guernsey FC newbies, who have since equalised. Ross Allen and Louis Graham, the scorers. Loring on the ball now, chests it down. He's got three around him. And now it's Mackenzie laying it off, but newbies come away with the ball now. It's Kanya back to Marsh. He's going to go around Coulter there, which he does. And gets the ball back again. And the shot is on target, but not a huge amount of venom behind it. And Tardif's able to gather that relatively comfortably.
The safe hands of Chris Tardif, as I say. Is half time.
Yeah, indeed. Well, that attack from the newbies, perhaps a sign of things to come in the second half. Marsh certainly putting in a stint so far, but at half-time here at Foots Lane, we have the Guernsey Originals 1, the Guernsey Newbies 1, and it's on as even so far. It'd be fascinating to see what we have to look at in the second half. I'm certainly looking forward to it here on Guernsey FC TV, courtesy of Carnding Design Flooring. Welcome back to Foots Lane and the second half of this special match between the Guernsey FC Originals and the Guernsey FC Newbies, where after 45 minutes of action so far, it's 1-1.
Yeah, I think we've made a substitution. I think Simon Gill's come on. Simon, I'm just trying to see who's going off.
Yeah, there he is on the ball now, passing it back to Tardif.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's.
I think it's.
Yeah, that's Sygil on the ball there now, sending it forward.
But I'm just trying to think who's gone off.
So he'll have Strawbridge is still on the pitch, so he'll have replaced Alex Leprevo.
No, he's there.
No, is he there?
We'll work it out in a minute, Simon.
Him, yeah. Okay, well, it's certainly the Originals with all the possession so far, and an early ball forward for Ross Allen. And can't quite fight off the attentions of the defender.
Oh, I think it's Ollie McKenzie, I reckon.
Right, yes. He was wearing the number 3. He was closest to us in the first half.
Yeah, I'd say Simon Gill's come on for Ollie McKenzie.
We got Tom Martin on for the newbies as well on this near side. An early ball whips in. Dom Yome going up for that one, but it's it's another great chance there. Ryan Zico Black sliding the ball forward, and but it's kept out. And Whitmore now has an opportunity to attack. And it's a slightly rash shot, couldn't keep it down. With the
that was a good
defenders in
chance, that,
attendance.
Simon.
That was, yeah. Good opening exchange, both sides opening up their defences of their opponents, and well, that could easily have been a second goal here this afternoon for the Guernsey FC Originals.
But it has been a good game so far. I mean, it really has. Been some good football.
So here is Tom Martin getting his first touch of the afternoon after coming on at half-time. And we got a new goalkeeper for the newbies as well. Is that Jordan Kelly in goal? I've not seen him play before, but I think that's...
I can't see. Yeah, it
they're
could be, yeah.
quite difficult to read some of these numbers. I think that's 13 on his back. And 13 is Jordan Kelly, so that'll be him. So Kanya chasing after this ball. Sygil hoiks it out of defence.
The only thing this half time, and the Originals has got the sun right in their face here.
Yeah, and at this time of the year, it really is very low down and in your face, isn't it, here at Foots Lane? So Kanya lays it back to his defenders, hoping to build another attack. Tom Martin takes the ball down and sends it back to... Oh, that's just cut out there as the ball's going over the top to Kanya. It's hit his hand there inadvertently and then into the side netting, and the attack is thwarted.
Yeah, Alex went ahead of that. I think the sun got in his eyes. He couldn't really see, and it's just gone up in the air, the ball there.
Yeah, he's just put his arm up to indicate exactly that. So, Jamie Dodd on the ball now. Lays it back to Gill. Strawbridge asking for it on this near side. And it comes to him. Got plenty of space here to pick out a pass. That's a long pass for Ross Allen. Delamere's going to gather that in. Kelly came out for it and is backpedaling now to get back into his goal. And, well, they're playing it out of defence. Dodd's back to Kelly. And, well, that's well worked in the end, yeah. And you were saying that the more experienced originals have it ingrained in them to play out from the back. Well, obviously, these youngsters have learned that craft from those originals, and they're doing exactly the same thing.
Well, they're not going to change. That's how they've started when they first formed the Guernsey FC. They've always liked to play at the back, and they're showing the youngsters how to do it as well.
So the originals have an early corner in this second half. 5 minutes played here at Foots Lane in the second half of this match, still 1-1. And the corner comes in from Black, and Yomes up for it. Oh, that was Strawbridge gets the contact on it, and it's in! It's in!
No, it's a foul.
No. Oh, no, it's been cancelled out. Jennings is, what's he indicating there? There's a shove. He's saying there was a shove in the build-up to that. And it was Yom who came wheeling away in celebration, but now it's an offside flag against Kanya, who's waving a finger at the linesman saying, no, I don't think so.
I just watched George Jennings just now, and he just told the person who scored, he said it's for pushing the back, so it wasn't offside, and I think it's a push. Yeah,
difficult to see from here. There was certainly a melee, a lot of players in there. But not the most popular decision of the afternoon, but fair's fair. And Strawbridge lofts the ball forward for Yom. Flicks it on for Allen, we've said that before. And it's kicked out for a corner.
Yeah, how many times have we said that over the years?
Yeah. It's a very familiar pattern of play. It's a distinct advantage, isn't it, to play a game alongside a player that you've played with 200 odd times, to know exactly where they're going to be running, and for Allen to know exactly what kind of flick on he's expecting to get from Yom. Black again with the corner. Into the area, it's well headed out actually by the defender there, and it's Kanya out front who sends it forward for Martin. And holds it up well actually, looking for support. It's come forward for Graham, into Whitmore, leaves it to, that's just about sneaked in. No, has it? Did Tardif keep that out or not? I think it's been given.
It has been given, yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a rather bizarre goal, really. I wasn't really sure that was creeping in, but Charlton Govine, I think, had the final touch there. And it wasn't a powerful shot, but it was well directed.
Guernsey FC 11 scored by number 7, Charlton Govine.
And so the newbies take the lead.
Yeah, it looked like he mishit Simon, and it's just like you say, it's just trickled in. It's hit the post, and Chris has got back, but obviously the linesman's flagged, so it must have been over the line. Well, it's a shame because the originals have been doing really well up to this point, but you expect it, to be fair, because the fitter team should come out on top, and they are a lot fitter.
Yeah, so the 53rd minute is when the younger side finally make that advantage count and take the lead in this match. It's certainly been a good showing so far from the originals, and they will firmly be of the opinion that they are not done yet.
No.
Ball goes forward to Yom, and that's an offside flag up there against the men in green. Was a nice build-up though. I mean, we had
it's a counter-attack.
yeah, and Tom Martin over on the far side holding up the ball. He was out of defence pretty sharpish. Didn't have much support. Held it up nicely, and then he had the support from the forward runners to help build up that attack. And here he is again, Tom Martin. This time on the near side into Finn Whitmore again. Can't quite control that. Back to Govine. Spreads it out to the far side. Kanya lofts it into the area, but that's beyond any men in purple. And Strawbridge can head out. I think he's now being told that he might not have needed to do that.
No, but I think Chris actually told him you got time, and he's headed it out, and he's annoyed with himself because there was no one by Tom Strawbridge. He could have actually chested it back down to him or even headed it to him.
But as it is a corner to the newbies, looking to extend their advantage now. And it's just poured away by Chris Tardif. Managed to just get enough on that to clear it over the heads of any attackers.
Yeah, he did very well there. Chris Tardif got his fingers to that.
There's some activity over on the touchline on the far side. I think we might see another substitution.
Yeah, it looks like Alex has had his day now.
Yeah, that's Alex Leprevo making his way off. How would you assess his performance today, Mick Leprevo?
Yeah, he's been looking forward to it, and yeah, he did well.
For the Guernsey FC Originals going off, number 5, Alex Leprevo, for number 16, Craig Young.
And so Young comes on, another player who's...
All a big hug in the dugout there, look.
Yeah, well, he'll have enjoyed his afternoon immensely, I'm sure. Black out to Strawbridge. And Rehoy back to Strawbridge. And Dodd wearing the armband. You'll have noted that Sam Cochran was the captain of the Guernsey FC Originals today. He's passed the armband on to Jamie Dodd as he went off. Got 34 minutes left of this second half here at Foots Lane. So Newby's on the attack again. That's cut out by Strawbridge. Out to Yome. He's looking for Ross Allen, but rather easily cut out there by captain of the newbies, Tom Delamere. Bit more of a chill in the air here at Foots Lane now that the sun's gone in a bit and the afternoon passes on. Coulter forward to Allen. Back to Coulter again. Does well to hold the ball up there. That's nice play from the Originals. And the ball forward is intended for Hyone, but again it's Delamere who's able to cut it out. Martin on to Dodds and then out wide to the right. Kanya with the ball in, flicked on. Intended for Whitmore, but he can't get to it. And now Hyome, what can he do? Oh, it's going to be offside. Well, it would have been offside. I think the run wasn't quite timed.
No, Ross was just starting the point, and then Dom held the ball a bit too long there. But I think Ross Allen will have another chance in this game, Simon.
Yeah, it's still very much alive at 2-1. Martin with the ball in, well cut out by Rioy, putting himself in harm's way. here is Allen. Dodds is able to get the ball away from him. And the ball almost collides with Rory the Lion's head there, which is hence the groan from the crowd, or the oohs and ahs. As the action continues, and Craig Young gets an opportunity to make his presence felt. Sends the ball out to fellow substitute Loring, who's brought the ball back into the middle, and a fair few purple shirts there. Coulter with a shot, it's charged down. And Jamie Dodd weighing up the options.
Volley. Oh. Volley it.
Here's Young again. Out to Yome. Into the area, and it's out for a corner. Decent pressure being applied here by the old fellas.
I'm surprised we didn't volley. That was perfect. That's just on the edge of the 18 there. We could have hit that first time. And gone straight in the roof, and that would have been nice.
Strawbridge, lots of space here. Takes it in further down to the byline. Sends it in. Oh, that was great play by Strawbridge. Really dangerous. Oh, that's surely out. And it is another corner. So Ryan Zico Black.
One thing with us as well, we got a bit of height in our team as well. So, you know, if Zico can lift that ball up.
Yeah, and he does. And it's Strawbridge who connects with it, but it's back out to Black. And that's off Dodd's backside and out for another corner. And the newbies do not want to concede here. They've got their noses in front.
They won't want to concede anymore.
Black with another lofted one. And this time it's Allen trying to get up for it, but it's flicked on. Young sends it back in, and this time Kelly is able to gather and send it out. And here's where the newbies should be able to take advantage, perhaps, of all the men in green going forward. But they've got back pretty sharpish. And the Originals have plenty of men back now. That was an impressive turn of speed by all those defenders getting back into shape and into position.
Just shows you how keen they are, though, Simon. Because, okay, in their hearts they think they lose, but they want to go out there and give a good account of themselves, and you know, and show the youngsters, you know, they've still got it, you know.
Well, it's a unique occasion. They won't get another opportunity to prove themselves in this particular way. So, you know, now or never, really.
That's it. Yep.
Lovely ball from Rioy forward to Allen. Young on the ball now, out wide to Loring. Back into Young. That's diagonally forward now to Rioy, but he's adjudged offside. I wasn't convinced that would be flagged, but that's the decision.
Well, especially from where the linesman is now and where the ball was when he's passed it. The linesman's about another 10 yards up the field. Anyway, he's given it.
And Rory's got the crowd going again here in the Guernsey stand. You can hear the clapping ahead of us, I'm sure.
He's going to do the hurdles. Here he goes.
What could possibly go wrong? Great turn of speed by Rory there as he hurdles down the straight. Meanwhile, Allen is on the attack. Tireless, really.
I'll tell you what, Simon, fair play to him. He's jumped 1, 2, 3, 4 without falling over. That's pretty good.
I wasn't convinced he was going to go over that high one in the middle, but he managed it.
He looks very tired now.
Track. Goodness knows how many muscles he's pulled there. Kelly with the ball out to Delamere, and Kanya tries to get that ball forward for Martin, but it's cut out by Ruhoy. And it'll be a throw for the men in green. Oh, for the men in purple, in fact. So 2-1 to the newbies still, after that second half goal from Charlton Govine. And Kanya again out in a lot of space on that far side. And he comes inside, works the shot for himself, but it's a bit wayward.
I think the crowd have enjoyed it as well, Simon, you know. I am surprised how many people are here, because, I mean, like you say, the stand looks like it's nearly full here, and there's people behind the goals and on the other side, so it's a very good turnout today.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's a special occasion, but it's not a game with anything riding on it as such. And yet, yeah, there's a decent number of people have come out. Of course, we have been starved of action here at Foots Lane for such a long time, and what a privilege to be able to come and watch a game of football when in so many parts of the world it's just simply not possible.
Well, I think the last game of football here must have been around the March time.
We had that Isle of Man friendly, didn't we? We haven't had a competitive one, like you say, for a long, long time. Now, what can the newbies do here? Well, not a lot. There's a slip there from Tobin, was that? A Mahon, I should say. So the Originals have it back. And Dodd out on the far side. Oh, a bit of acceleration there from him, and he sends the ball over the top for Loring. But he's unable to get to that one, and the newbies have it. Finn Whitmore chasing on to this long ball. He's got no support there yet. Might have to do this all himself. He works space for a little shot, but the angle was always against him, and Strawbridge is able to clear that. But he's won a corner for his team.
Yeah, well, I expect it with like 25 minutes to go. Obviously, the Originals are going to start getting tired now. I don't know how many more subs Tony's got to use, but...
Well, in fact, it's the newbies who are looking to make some replacements now. They do, as we said, they do have a huge number of players out on their subs bench, not because they're worried about fitness, but because they're wanting as many players as possible to be part of this special occasion.
Yeah, and you can't blame them.
And it's Blair Howitt who's coming on, I'm told, number 15. And that was in place of Carlos Canio, who really probably did more running than anyone else for the newbies.
Replaced with number 15, Blair Howitt.
And here is the corner coming in now. Delamere tries to control that, but he's unable to, so it's out for a goal kick for Cardiff.
Yeah, they seem to have more subs than, I say we, because the Originals is my team, really, because they're the ones that first started, so...
Yeah. No sub goalie for the Originals. So, happily, Cardiff seems to be coping well with his afternoon so far.
Yeah,
to be fair, he hasn't had all that much to do, really, apart from the goals that have gone in.
And he wouldn't want to come off anyway, Chris.
No. It's Glenn Letitia, I'm told, coming over on the far side.
Guernsey FC 11 coming off. Number 9, Finn Whitmore, replaced with number 14, Glenn Letitia.
And Whitmore, another one who was full of running in the first hour and a bit of play. So just over 20 minutes left now. And Ross Allen with a nice ball forward, looking for Yome. And can he make a nuisance of himself here? No, it's well dealt with really in defence there. And Kelly is able to clear. Howitt trying to bring that ball down. And here is Letitia, he's just come on. And it's well defended by Cy Gill.
Well, I expect the game in the next 10 minutes or so to start getting very open. Especially for the Originals, they're going to start getting very tired. And the youngsters will be pushing forward.
So in comes the corner. And it's over the head of everyone. Not quite out for a throw on the far side. It is kept in. So it will come back in, and there's the header there from Letitia, but it's just over the bar. A decent chance in the end. Well worked.
That was a good chance, that.
So I think from the original list that we were given before play, there's only one original substitute that we haven't seen yet, which is Scott Bradford, number 18. So it's just one more option from the bench for Tony Vance. With what is there now? Just still about a quarter of the game remaining, and in front of us Rory is collapsed on the track, having failed to clear his latest hurdle. They've put the height of those hurdles up, I'm not surprised.
He should have gave up while he's winning, Simon.
Yeah, absolutely. Just took on one too many. Young sends it out wide, the far side for Dodd, who keeps it in. And no, he's unable to find somebody with that pass. The stretcher's on for Rory here. in front of us. Some serious concern in the stands, mixed with a few laughs. A little wave from Rory and he's led off. Yeah. He just wants to get to the beers early, doesn't he, I think?
Yeah, that's these days done now.
And out there on the pitch, meanwhile, the game continues and we've got a free kick for the Originals. I must confess I completely missed what that was for. I was watching Rory laid out on the track there. Black with the sun in his eyes will ping this over. He lofts that in and there's Ross Allen in the area. Can't quite get a shot away. He was in the 6-yard box there and Young looks to bring a shot. Oh! He controlled that pretty well, did Craig Young, and he got his volley away in the end, but it's just wide of Kelly's goal.
That was unlucky, that, for the Originals, because, you know, Storves had a chance there. I think it was Ross had a chance. It's come out to Craig Young. He's had a chance, but unfortunately they couldn't put it in the back of the net.
I'm not sure if they got in each other's way or just were leaving it for each other a bit. They couldn't quite get the ball out from under their feet, but yeah, that was certainly a moment where you thought we might be back on level terms again, but as it is, the newbies here at Foots Lane lead 2-1.
It's like I said, Simon, they will have another chance. They will have another decent chance. It's whether they take it.
Mahon on the ball now for the newbies. Back to Captain Delamere. Martin on it now. And he's done well there to get the ball through to Dodds. And it's forward for Letitia and Tardif off his line. Very quickly, good anticipation from the experienced keeper there.
9 out of 10 for Tom Storvers with that dive there. It was very good of you there, Tom. Yeah, going back to before, Simon, you said about Scott Bradford. Obviously, he must be carrying an injury, else he would have been on by now. But maybe they're going to give him the last 10 minutes, you know. It looks like he's actually warming up now, so I think he'll be on in the next few minutes.
Yeah, it would certainly be a surprise if we saw any of the substitutes not used this afternoon, given the kind of occasion.
Come on, it's whether if he's carrying an injury or not, but he looks all right, warming up. He's not doing too much.
So the newbies, what can they build here? Are they going to look to extend their lead? I'm sure they are. They don't want to live dangerously, and as long as it's 2-1, they are. Yeah, but it's the Originals who've got it now with Rihoy. Forward to Allen. Controls that nicely, and back over to Rihoy. That's onside. Into the area. He needs support. He's looking for the run from Allen. Sends it over the top to Black. Nodded down, and here is Loring with a chance, surely. No, it's knocked away. Couldn't get the shot away in the end.
Yeah, he just took a little bit too long, Simon. He had the chance to hit it first time, but he tried beating his man, and he's fallen short there. He should have hit it first time there.
Couldn't get
That's
round.
2 really good chances in the last 5 minutes.
And the long legs of Jacob Fallows there were enough to see the ball out, but it is a corner, and Black sends in another one. He must have had a dozen of these corners here this afternoon, I think. And that's confidently headed out of defence. Oh, that's a rather committed challenge, shall we say, by Jamie Dodd. We've seen one or two of those over the years. And it's quickly taken, and Letitia has a chance to run at Simon Gill now. And he takes an early shot. Can't really get the direction to test Tardif there.
He was just trying to bend that in the top corner. You were right in line with it there, Simon. You can see what he's trying to do, but unfortunately he's just missed that completely.
Meanwhile, here's Allen once again. Delamere saying he got an elbow for his trouble there. Yome trying to get it forward for Allen. He's offside. The flag was up immediately there. But as it was, the ball was well defended anyway. Certainly no lack of action in this game. They're not just.
I've enjoyed it actually. It's been a better game than I thought it was going to be. To be fair, fair play to the older ones. They've lasted quite well.
If it's a draw, is there extra time? I haven't asked this question.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the Originals will be just happy to shake on it.
I'll tell you what they might go to, penalties maybe. They'd be happy with that. I don't think they'd want extra time, Simon.
Oh, there's a bit of a shove in the back from Strawbridge there on Howitt. But no decision against him there from the ref. And Allen sends this one forward for Coulter. He's done, oh, he was doing well, but referee has seen that as a foul. I think it's an earlier challenge, actually, he's decided to call it on.
I think he was looking for the advantage there, Simon, but it wasn't, he never got the advantage, so the referee's done well there.
So Black, the set-piece specialist, he's taken all the corners and then he's taken most of the free kicks as well. And it's played forward for Allen. Oh, it's an early shot. The direction was good, but it was a bit of a scuff. Couldn't get much power behind it, and Kelly was able to gather. And here's the counter-attack. Howitt pelting forward. He's got Letitia asking for it to be played early, but instead he plays it across. And there's too many green shirts there.
Oh, defended it well.
Young enjoying himself there, holding on to the ball, holding up play till he gets an option, which is to send it out for Strawbridge.
Well, Scott Bradford's doing a lot of warming up on the far side there.
Well, as you say, if he's carrying an injury, I suppose he doesn't want to go on remotely cold.
No, he wants to make sure, yeah, correct. He wants to make sure he's nice and warm.
Just 15 minutes remaining then of this match between the Originals and the newbies to celebrate 10 years of Guernsey FC. And it was the Originals that took the lead in the first half through who else but Ross Allen, who's looking for another one here. But Delamere cuts that out well. And the ball kicked away by the newbies there. A few pantomime groans go up.
It wouldn't surprise me, Simon. The majority of these people here watching today want the Originals to win because obviously they're the first players that were involved in this great football club.
Rioy with the ball into the area, and Young was preparing to head that, but it's cut out from in front of him. Jamie Dodd now on the ball. Forward to Coulter, sent out wide to Loring. Plenty of green shirts in the area. And Loring tries to work a shot, but he sends it too far inside the near post, and Kelly will have another goal kick.
Well, there's a few substitutions on the far side. I know Scott Bradford's one of them.
Yeah, that will be the last throw of the dice for Tony Van Still. Have used up all 6 of his substitutes. And he brings him on. And of course, the line-up today that began this match was the line-up which took to the field on this Foots Lane ground 2011 against Knapp Hill in the Combined Counties League, the first ever competitive fixture for the Green Lions.
Well, they've made their substitutions and Scott Bradford's still waiting to come on, so I don't know what's happened there.
Well, he's after all that warming up that he's done, if he doesn't come on soon, he's going to get cold again, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's a pretty nippy afternoon.
That's Ryan Zico Black going off.
Yeah, I think finally now we're going to see Scott Bradford.
Substitute for the Guernsey FC Originals going off. Number 8, Ryan Zico Black, replaced with number 18, Scott Bradford.
Scott was a good player in his time as well, Simon. When I was a coach at North, he was playing for Bells then, and he was a good midfield player.
Popped up with a few goals as well, didn't he, for the Green Lions?
Yeah, and he's very good on the ball as well.
Now this is Loring hurtling forward. Tries to send a ball in, but it's out for another corner. And it'll be Craig Young, I think he's going over to take this one now that Ryan Zico Black has departed the field. That's taken quickly by Loring into Young. He's done well there. He's got to the byline, but he can't quite get the ball in. Yeah, another corner one. 12 minutes remaining. 2-1 to the newbies over the Originals.
Wouldn't it be nice if the Originals could get one?
Yeah, I think most here, as you say, are going to be willing this in. And that's a rather low trajectory on that one. Bradford sends it forward to Loring. That's better. And well, it went over the head of Young, and Strawbridge was there but couldn't quite get a connection on it, and it's been given as a goal kick, and you could see how much it
Yeah, but I'm not
matters to
sure.
these Guernsey Originals.
Yeah, I think
Really
it was.
bitterly
I think it was the corner, but I think the linesman flagged for offside. I think that's what he flagged for, Simon. I don't think it's for the. It was a corner.
But it couldn't have been offside unless Yo made contact, and which he clearly didn't.
Yeah, so I think the linesman's got that wrong.
Well, certainly gives us an opportunity to see how much it matters to these Green Lions in the green this afternoon. Very unhappy about that decision indeed. And there's the latest substitution there. Ben Acey sending the ball forward to Martin. And Coulter's in well there, made up a lot of ground to get that ball away.
You can see they're trying.
Absolutely, really determined, aren't they?
They don't want to lose, you know.
They're behind by only one goal, and while it stays that way,
They've always got a chance.
Are still full of hope. So Martin on the ball now into Howitt. And he can't get the ball beyond the defender. Well, that's cut out now by Coulter, and it's Young. Again, certainly seeing plenty of the ball are the Originals, so that's Loring. Back to Bradford, who sends it out wide to Dodd. He's slightly overhit that one, and that's let the newbies in. Oh, but Coulter again, he really is putting in a shift here. And Loring sends the ball out to Allen, but Delamere reads that very well and cuts it out. He certainly is very aware of the threat of Ross Allen, is Tom Delamere, and he's had a pretty good game trying to keep the ball away from him.
Yeah.
Martin on the ball now. What can he do here? Again, Coulter makes a nuisance of himself, and he enables Young to splay it forward for Loring. And that's a good ball, well timed. Young not offside. Into Allen.
Come on, Ross. Come on, Ross.
Turns in the area, gets the shot away, and he scored! Ross Allen scores for the Guernsey FC Originals with just 9.5 minutes left on the clock. And that was a lovely, well-worked goal there. Coulter doing all the running, getting the ball out. Loring sending the ball over to Guillaume, and this time the ball was played through for Allen, and he made no mistake.
It looks like Ben Coulter can't play anymore. He got a job to walk. I don't know what happened there. I didn't see what happened there.
Well, he was running around like a madman for the last 5 minutes, but yes, he's clearly taken a knock.
But knowing Ben, he'll try and run it off, but he's not walking well at all. Well, anyway, getting back to the goal, beautiful goal. Well worked goal, that. And it was that man again, Simon, Ross Allen.
Well, I mean, it was lovely, well-worked goal, but he still had some work to do, and it was a trademark turn, wasn't it, really? And perfectly accurate shot. I mean, it had to be. It wouldn't have evaded the goalkeeper otherwise.
Surely it's not going to go to extra time. I wouldn't have thought. I never even asked the question at the start, but there's no way it can go extra time. It won't be fair, you know.
No, that's certainly true. There's no more subs on the bench for the men in green this afternoon anyway. So Rioy back to Strawbridge, conserving a bit of energy now, perhaps. And the ball sent forward to Allen's sprawled on the floor. Sprawled on the floor there with Falaise. The newbies have it. What can they do here? Well, Coulter is still full of running, but it's Strawbridge who intercepts in the end. Loring looking for another opportunity to send a runner forward, but not this time.
Well, it looks like Ben's going to have to try and run this injury off because we've got no more subs.
He seems to be walking okay now. And Yome now, couldn't quite get that forward for Allen. So it's Young this time. And Allen's still really busy. He's been on the pitch for the full 90 minutes, or well, the 83 we've had so far. And he's still full of running, still full of threat.
That's right. Excuse me. That's why I can't understand why he's actually not playing for, with Guernsey FC not being able to play at the moment. I can't understand why he's not playing football. for a club. Because when you've got somebody with that much talent, you want to see him play football.
Well, we're getting to see him this afternoon at least, and that's Yome sending it over to Bradford. Originals keeping the ball quite nicely here. Little dummy out to Dodd. Ball over the top for Loring. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. He's only got Allen in the middle so far, but up come Bradford and Coulter. Oh, he's done really well there. So wait for his teammates to make their presence felt in the area, but in the end the newbies break down the attack and now they can counter-attack. What can they conjure here? Letizier's calling for it in the far end of the area, but that's lofted far too high and wide. And Letizier's not going to be able to do anything with that.
Yeah, but since we've equalised, we've been the better team. We've had, we created the better chances as well and getting the ball forward. So, it'd be nice for them to get a victory. If it did end up 2-2, I mean, the Originals would be really pleased anyway, Simon, because they're against a very young team.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. And maybe that's the best result, really, for peace and goodwill to all men in the Guernsey FC camp generally. If this comes out on us even,
maybe full parties, yeah.
So we've got Steve Renouf over this free kick for the newbies. And it goes to the area and well headed out by Dodd. And that's Loring sending it out for a throw-in over there on the far side. We've got 5 minutes left of the 90 here at Foots Lane.
Are we going to have a winner?
And there's an offside flag up early there against the newbies. Applauded by Strawbridge. Just a few seconds breather. The crowd have gone quite quiet here. They're wondering whether the Originals can finish this off. They've certainly done well to come back. I had the feeling once they got behind that it might start to go south for them, but none of it.
No, they're determined not to lose, Simon, put it that way.
But newbies on the attack here. Fuller running. And that's a challenge for Tardif, but he's come out and met that. I think it's come... Oh, I thought it'd come off him for a corner, but no, it's signalled as a goal kick.
He's made a very good save there because he got in there first and he's got the touch as well. And Chris has made a save and then it's come back off him and it's gone out for a goal kick. That was a good save there from Chris Tardif.
Yeah,
he'd be pleased with that one.
He's had a solid afternoon. So Strawbridge with the long diagonal ball. Yome looking to flick it on. It nearly reaches Ross Allen anyway, even though Yome wasn't able to get contact.
There's going to be a few tired legs tomorrow and Tuesday, Simon, that's for sure, on the older ones.
Absolutely. Three minutes now to go. And that's into the area. Great header. What a save there from Steve Renouf. At full stretch, Chris Tardif.
What a save that was. Chris would be pleased with that because that's one from his olden days. That great header as well, by the way.
Oh, it was.
What a save.
Renouf's eyes must have lit up. He probably thought that was heading for the top corner. Well, it was, but Tardif had other ideas.
Yeah, fantastic save.
The moon shines down on the Foots Lane pitch here as this corner comes in, and that's easily gathered by Tardif. He sends it immediately out for Bradford. But he's lost out in midfield there, and it's going to be another newbies attack to be built on this side. And here is Renouf, who had that header a moment ago. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah,
Tough can't quite gather that. And
I just hope we can hang on now.
kick.
Be nice for them to finish the game 2 each. I know both teams wanted to win. I know this for sure, but a draw at the moment, I think it's a fair result, Simon. You know?
Yeah, I think most people in the crowd will be happy with that.
Yeah.
There's 1 or 2 players out there who probably grumble, but I think certainly the Originals are not lucky to be level. They've worked hard and played some great football.
Yeah, they've been as good as the others, that's for sure. No problem there. And look at Ross, he's running, look to get the ball. He wants to win it, you know. He
Just
wants
over
a
a minute to go. Well, that would be a story, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be a story.
So Strawbridge to Rioy. This is over for Yome, nods it forward for Loring. Nicely done. Loring in the area is appealing for a decision there, but it's quite a fair challenge, even if there was contact. Into the final minute now. Loring again into the area. And Bradford has it, just on the edge of the area. He's able to keep it. Tries to send a ball inside to Allen, but it's cut out. But it's the Originals putting on all the late pressure here.
Oh,
looking
corner
for that winner. And is that?
Is it?
Yeah, it's just gone out for a throw in the end.
Well, the ball's definitely in the right half for the Originals. So wouldn't it be great though, Simon, if they could get a winner in this virtually last kick of the game?
The last throw of the dice, and referee Jennings just reminding Loring that was a throw in, not a corner. And here is Dodd into the area, but he's got close attention of some defenders there. Hits it against them, but it doesn't go out for a corner. So lays it back to Loring. And in it goes into the area. It's headed out. Oh, committed challenges going in still from the likes of Coulter and Tough. Strawbridge thinks about a shot, and now he does take a shot, but it's lofted a little. Can't quite keep it down. And is that the last of the action? I'm not sure how much time is likely to be added on, but it's the 90 have just ticked over.
Yeah, it's the time's up.
I haven't seen a signal over on that far side. So we're down to whatever George Jennings reckons on his wristwatch.
See Chris Tardif there.
Now.
Chris Tardif there sprinting out of his goal.
So it looks like it could be on as even here as Tardif clears this ball out, and it's left by Rioy, and Martin picks it up. In by Howitt. Is this a late chance now? Past Letitia. The newbies, committed challenge from Dodd there to keep the ball out. But the attack is still going for the newbies. And that's sent in. From this angle, it looked like that had been headed towards goal, but it wasn't. And the Originals were able to clear it. It hit Delamere's hand there for sure, but it's not given. And that is the final whistle. And what an afternoon's entertainment we've had here this afternoon. And there are lots of enthusiastic supporters here in the Guernsey stand applauding warmly the entertainment we've seen here this afternoon. And it is, after all that, honours even between the Guernsey FC Originals and the Guernsey FC Newbies. Ross Allen opening the scoring and finding the late equaliser in this match, and in between the newbies were able to first equalise through Louis Graham and then subsequently take the lead, but in the end it's ended up here at Foots Lane. Guernsey FC Originals 2, Guernsey FC Newbies 2. What do you make of that, Mick?
I think it's the right result, Simon. It was a very entertaining game actually. The Originals, they've done really well. Their fitness levels were better than I thought they were going to be. And it was a very enjoyable game, and I thought a draw was a fair result.
Well, thanks to you, Mick Leprevo, beside me, and Ollie and Miles behind the cameras this afternoon, and to Carnding Design Flooring. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of this match this afternoon. A unique occasion, which I'm sure you'll agree has gone a long way to kicking off the celebrations of 10 years of this fine football club, the Green Lions. From Foots Lane, and from me, Simon Delarue, it's good afternoon.
Originals.